Toto, the disposable original. The sun had barely risen over the village when Toto stepped out of his house. Chest pushed forward, shoulders squared, camera hanging proudly from his neck like a badge of honor. At 28, Toto believed he had mastered two things in life: photography and fashion. At least, that was what he told himself. In the village, however, people called him something else. They called him Disposable Original. Not because Toto was cheap or ordinary, far from it. Toto loved clothes, but the kind of clothes he loved were so tight that once worn, people assumed they could never survive another outing. His trousers hugged him like jealous lovers. His shirts clung to his chest as if stitched directly onto his skin. Walking was always a careful negotiation. Sitting was a calculated risk. To Toto, this was looking sharp. To everyone else, it was a disaster waiting patiently. Toto was smart, dramatic, and mischievous. The young women of the village admired him from a distance, whispering whenever he passed. Yet Toto never asked for anyone's hand in marriage. His one true companion was his camera. He carried it everywhere, gripping it so tightly you would think it was part of his body, like the national ID of photography itself. If there was one person who understood Toto's madness, it was Mama Bobo. Her tailor shop sat proudly beside the busy village market, where the air smelled of fresh pepper, roasted corn, and dust warmed by the sun. The shop was impossible to miss. Mannequins stood neatly outside, dressed in vibrant Ankara and Kente-inspired prints, their stiff plastic smiles showing off Mama Bobo's skill. Inside, bolts of fabric were stacked carefully, reds, blues, golds, greens, each telling a story of culture and ceremony. Mama Bobo herself was a force of nature. Fat, dark-skinned, loud and serious, she spoke with her whole body, hands slicing the air, voice booming even when whispering. She had sewn clothes for half the village, naming ceremonies, funerals, festivals, weddings. Her hands carried years of experience, and her eyes could measure a body faster than any tape. That morning, as she adjusted a mannequin sleeve, she saw Toto approaching. "Ayah! Ah! Toto!" she shouted, startling a chicken nearby. "This one now you come my shop early morning? Any wahala?" Toto burst into dramatic laughter, holding his chest. "Mama Bobo, my #1 original tailor," he said. "Smartness is my only emergency." She shook her head, but smiled. She already knew trouble had walked in. Toto explained everything with exaggerated gestures. There was a church wedding coming up, a big one. He had been hired as the photographer, and appearance mattered. "I need a white long-sleeve shirt," he said, "a waistcoat and trousers. Mama Bobo, make them tight." She paused, looked at him carefully, and sighed deeply. "Toto," she warned, lowering her voice, "this your tight lifestyle will disgrace you one day. Why not perfect fit, eh?" "No," Toto replied sharply. "Tight. I must look sharp, sharper than razor blade." The people around the shop burst into laughter. "This Toto no-go try, ooh!" someone shouted. Mama Bobo clicked her tongue, reached for her measuring tape, and began her work. Early Monday morning, Mama Bobo opened her shop before the market fully woke. She laid Toto's fabric carefully across her wooden cutting table, smoothing every fold with practiced hands. The fabric was beautiful, rich African print, bold yet elegant, worthy of a celebration. She chalked precise lines, her hands steady, eyes focused. Snip. The scissors cut cleanly through the fabric. She stitched slowly and deliberately, guiding the cloth under the sewing machine, her foot pumping rhythmically. The machine hummed like a song she had known all her life. She reinforced seams. Knowing Toto's demands left no room for mistakes, she double-stitched stress points, muttering softly under her breath. This boy," she said to herself, shaking her head. Hour after hour passed. 13 hours of cutting, stitching, pressing. She shaped the waistcoat carefully, ensuring it hugged the body just enough. The trousers were narrow, the shirt crisp and clean. When she finished, she ironed each piece until it gleamed, then arranged them gently inside her wooden closet, like fragile treasures. They were beautiful. Too beautiful, perhaps. Saturday came quickly. Toto arrived bouncing with excitement. He tried on the clothes, twisting left and right, admiring himself. "Ah, Mama Bobo!" he shouted, dancing, shaking his waist dramatically. "Now, Disposable I ask for, and Disposable you deliver. Your hands are blessed." Mama Bobo folded her arms, watching him carefully. She said nothing more. Some warnings are better left unspoken. Toto paid in full, packed his clothes, and rushed home. That night he laid them neatly on his bed, staring at them like a child waiting for Christmas morning. He did not think about Mama Bobo's warning at all. The church was full. The choir sang joyfully. Sunlight streamed through stained glass windows, painting colors on the walls. Toto moved confidently among the guests, snapping photos, bending slightly, adjusting his angles. He felt unstoppable. Even the girls noticed him. Then it happened. As Toto bent again, RRRIIPPP. The sound was loud, final. His trousers burst open completely. For one frozen moment, the entire church stared. Then came gasps. Then laughter. Toto stood there, red as a ripe tomato, unsure whether to run, scream, or faint. Covering himself, he fled the church, but it was too late. The wedding would forever be remembered, not just for love, but for laughter. Later that day, Toto sat alone, holding his camera quietly. He had learned something important. You can never trust trousers that are tighter than your destiny. If Toto's story made you laugh, please don't laugh alone. Like, subscribe, and follow Tales by Ayah for more enjoyable stories filled with culture, laughter, and lessons. This is Tales by Ayah. Bye.